Good morning. It is a Thursday morning, and we've got some nice weather to talk about. We're doing a quick one this morning. I'm going to go up and visit Dennis, actually. I haven't seen Dennis in a little while, so I'm going to see him today. So I'm heading out early, but I wanted to get this in because I know everyone's thinking, okay, when's it going to rain? What's going on? How do I plan out the next couple of days or the next week? First of all, the next week is dry, and maybe a little beyond that. We'll look at that in the computer model. And we've got a little coastal fog and a little valley fog. And temperatures again today, like Oakland hit 270s in a row over the last 2 days. So that would be Tuesday and Wednesday. So they hit two records in a row in Oakland. And so I think we could see a record again today. We're just going to hover in the mid 60s to upper 60s. So here is this morning. This is Mount Tamalpais. And you know, it's funny, last night when I was doing the weather on Channel 2, it's beautiful. I love seeing the lights go. Sorry, I get all wrapped up in this. I love seeing the lights go on in Mill Valley. That's stunning. So that's this morning. But what I was going to point out is here's obviously the opening to the Golden Gate right here. That I had some fog last night at about 11:10 or so. I had fog kind of coming off on that south tower, real low, real pinch down, but it was fog condensation, and so that would be interesting. I think coastal fog easily could be a bit of a thing as we go through the next couple of days. There's a little southwest wind at the beach right now, so that's a shift. Right before we were having straight offshore winds, now I got a little southwest. It's going to fluctuate between southwest and west and offshore. Okay, so this morning Mount Shasta. Isn't that beautiful? I think that the lighting on that is the color change on the lens. There it is. Okay, so this is this morning. Just kind of clicking through it. A lot of snow. I mean, that's pretty low snow. Right? I mean, Mount Shasta was 14,179 feet. I know what I was going to say. I used to ski up there back in the 60s. They still ski up there, but back at when the old ski run was going, they got taken out by avalanches. There was just so many of them. Of course, they built it in an avalanche run. Okay, so it's an interesting mountain because it's very spiritual. The Indians, the Europeans, everyone has an attraction to it. And one of the legends on Mount Shasta, which I've always thought was interesting, and they used to talk about a lot when I was a kid growing up in Paradise, which is in this region. It was pretty lightly populated in the 50s and 60s. But the Lumarians were supposedly a tribe of people whose continent sunk, and they ended up living in the mountain and the elaborate caves and caverns. And people, they white robes, the whole thing. And they were, it was just a legend. And it was funny. It proliferated quite a bit back in the 60s and 70s. I don't know if you hear about it as much. A lot of Native American mythology around this mountain. What else we got there? A lot of UFO stuff around the mountain. And yeah, it's the 96th highest mountain in the world. 96. So that doesn't sound very impressive, but then it does. Okay, so Mount Shasta, and by the way, just beautiful up there. I know you know that area well. This Ocean Beach this morning, beautiful shot. You see the clouds. These clouds are coming in over a ridge of high pressure, so they're very stable. Beach has got a lot of tide on it right now. The swells, there's a couple of different swells. There's a west-northwest, there's a west, and a southwest. And I bet that's the southwest swell right there. You can kind of tell by the way they come in. So it's the reason it's a good beach to surf is because it does take all different directions of swells. And when they come in sometimes, they'll hit each other, the swells will, and they'll peak up, and they'll make these really cool A-frames. Right now, it looks pretty west, the swell. Okay, this is South Parking Lot. We used to call it South Lot. That's where the old pier is. And this road, part of the road is closed now, so I don't know if you can see the road down here. And again, I did see fog last night, but I'm not seeing any fog now, but you can see it's certainly, even the waves breaking a little back, a little bit offshore. The surface winds at the beach right now are running southwest, but there must be a little texture to the offshore flow. Okay, so I'm going to put a circle around here. I'm going to try to leave this up so you can see the date up here. And I just want to show you where we are. And I got a circle around us. And here we go. And you go, okay, that looks like something, but it's really not. What that is are the clouds we're seeing now, kind of a non-event in a stable environment. Here we go. Now we're into Friday, Saturday. You see the big ridge. Then you see this guy pop by, knocks the ridge down, kind of hits it on the head, bumps it down. See how the lines start to drop? And then you get kind of what wants to almost be an inside slider. but it looks like it moves out more into Nevada. Now we're into Tuesday the 10th. So right now, so far we're dry. If you're a contractor, if you're a painter, if you're concrete, models have been consistent on this. So they could change. That inside slider could kick a little bit our way. We'll see. But I don't see that happening. The model runs are very consistent. And then you can see this next system. That looks interesting. That's a cutoff low. That is Wednesday the 11th. Still, if I'm painting the house, I'm still painting the house. I'm not backing off on Wednesday. So you should plan your work schedule. And then the ridge pops up again. Now you see this next system bonk it on the head. See how it dips, it pops it down, and then it kind of slides off. That looks like that's more of a legit inside slider. So that's going to get you some snow in Lake Tahoe. That's around the 12th of December. That'll certainly cool our temperatures as well. And then you get a break, and then here comes our best bet right here. That's real weather. That's winter, and that is on the 16th of December. And then it's followed closely by this next system right there. That's got a little secondary run to it. And then right there. So this could be this period between the 16th, the 17th, 18th, 19th. Looks like it could be wet. From like so somewhere in there. And then it goes ridge again. We'll look at it one more time. This time a little different angle. I'll back it up. Sorry about that. And this is vorticity. So the red areas represent areas of instability, but in this case, they're bumping into a ridge of high pressure. This is that inside slider, or the potential, that's a negative vorticity in this area. So that means that the rain chances are not very high. Bonks us on the head. We're going through time. You can see the date up there. There's Monday. Nothing. This is that cutoff low going by. We're in a negative lift area there as well, even though there's some red. The main lift is that purple area offshore. And then bonk on the head. I'm talking about these tweaks coming through, right? Bonking the ridge down. And then that's an inside slider. That is on the 14th. Nothing for us, maybe something for Tahoe. And then here comes our chances. And we're right in the front right quadrant of that storm, or of that trough, right? There's that dip. We're in the right-hand quadrant, which is where lower right-hand quadrant is where the rain is, and there it is again. And so this is around the 18th. So if I'm making my plans for the week, in the next 2 weeks, I look at that period, around the 15th, 16th, 17th, around there as, okay, 10 days from now, we're going to be back into probably some kind of a wet pattern. So that's how it goes. 5-day forecast is up. Valley fog a thing, a little bit of coastal fog. Overnight lows are still mild, upper 30s, low 40s in the cold spots. Probably see some more records, small little records pop around the Bay Area the next few days. And we're going to see more clouds, certainly on the weekend. But overall, here we go. Another nice one. Thanks for hanging in. I'll make it a quick one. See you back here. I'm off the next couple of days, so I probably won't be back until Sunday. Thanks for watching.